Well, the strongest of those quakes hit Puerto Rico yesterday morning. A 6.4 magnitude earthquake left big parts of the city in a complete blackout. So far, at least one life has been claimed because of the aftermath. Now, I spoke to a Chicago businessman who is in San Juan right now. He says Tuesday morning was one of the worst times of his life.
And the building swayed like it was like waving like a flag. Another tremble hit, and I said, you know what, this was enough, because this one lasted about a good 2.5, 3 minutes. That's when I started realizing that these trembles were getting harder.
Puerto Rico is now under a state of emergency. It was hit with a 5.8 magnitude quake on Monday, followed by that stronger quake Tuesday. All of Puerto Rico's power generation plants are located along the southern coast, which is near the origin of all the quakes that happened this week. Now, as Puerto Ricans are coping with the aftermath, experts say the shaking is not over just yet. Schools, churches, a local hospital, and homes have collapsed. Cesar Rolon, a Chicago resident, says his main concern is for the elders and families living still under blue tarps who cannot fend for themselves. He adds it's worrisome that the Puerto Rican government has not updated its earthquake preparedness plan.
Why aren't the stores selling these earthquake kits? Why do we wait till this last minute to start disseminating information when there's no electricity? These are things that should be taught in the elementary schools. These are things that should be taught to our seniors on how to prepare for emergencies and even destructions of this caliber.
Now, officials hope to restore the power on the entire island by no longer than this weekend. Of course, we'll stay on top of that story. But one local woman who I spoke to earlier this morning, who's in San Sebastian right now, says the aftermath is the hardest thing to deal with.
There's a lot of widespread anxiety and fear. And I mean, I think people are obviously like happy when they get through an earthquake. But I don't think anyone's ever just okay. Everyone is on edge.
Yesterday, Puerto Rico was struck by a 6.4 magnitude earthquake that killed at least one person. It happened early in the morning and was strong enough to awake those who were sleeping. Many families have taken refuge because their homes, a local church, and a local hospital have collapsed. Lisian Rodriguez experienced the quake, and she says it's now a waiting game on when the next one is going to hit.
It's the worst feeling. I'm telling you, as someone who's exhausted right now, because I woke up like every half hour. And so you do little power naps, and I see a sense of community. I see a sense of like deep spirituality permeating through every event, just because there's so much unknown. So a lot of it is just sending up prayers and focusing on the right now.
Now, for those who are here and want to help, the Puerto Rican Agenda of Chicago has set up a page on their website with different forms of donations. Of course, there's a monetary donation. You can join the agenda and spread the word, or they have another form of donation which you can actually learn about their rescue, relief, rebuild strategy in Puerto Rico. Now, of course, there's a ton of other organizations. There's a Hispanic Federation, there's Casa Pueblo, that are all working together from Chicago, from local areas, to send aid and help those in Puerto Rico. Now, right now, we know experts say that in the coming days, there's a 7% chance that aftershocks will be felt stronger than that 6.4 magnitude earthquake that hit Tuesday morning. I'm live in Humboldt Park this morning. Diana Gutierrez, The Jam.